I'm Molly Wellman and welcome to 5 O'Clock Tales. I put this little show together with my 3 kitty cats here in Clifton Heights, and just to show you some cocktails and tell some stories because, that's what I do. If you'd like to help me with sponsoring my little show, you can do so at my Venmo down below, or you could actually donate to our GoFundMe page, which helps out myself and all of my bartenders as we are unemployed right now. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Otherwise, I hope you just enjoy it. If you do, please give me a like. Let me know. I'm gonna make a really neat cocktail for you. This has a really cool story and I hope you appreciate it. It is a cocktail called the Elks Club Fizz. Now, this is a cocktail made with whiskey, and I know a lot of you like bourbon, which is great. This is why a lot of us are friends. Some of you don't like whiskey, and that's okay too, because that's more for us. There's nothing wrong with that. But even if you don't like whiskey, I think you'd really like this drink. It's really, really good. It has great complexity. It has a touch of sweetness to it. It's just really balanced and it's really light. And it's not too sweet. Don't worry. I don't like making sweet drinks. I always say I'm sweet enough. I don't need to make the drinks too sweet. And believe me, back in the 1800s, they didn't like sweet drinks either. So let's get to it. This drink, the Elks Club Fizz. This was created by a guy named Peter Cinder. Now, Peter Cinder, he was from St. Paul, Minnesota. And he was a bartender there. And he sent in this recipe to a famous magazine in New York called the National Police Gazette. Now, if you ever hear me speak lately, especially the last year, I am obsessed with the National Police Gazette. I think it's just so interesting. But they would have bartenders send in these recipes and they would vote on them, and then they would award the winning bartenders a really cool bartender's medal, which I'm sure the bartenders were so excited about. I think I would be. But Peter won this medal for this drink. Now, I got to thinking, why did he call it an Elks Club Fizz? Was he an elk? I don't know. So I dug a little. I went and I did some research because I like doing that as well. And I found that Peter actually was in quite a few different fraternal orders and organizations. He was the master of ceremonies for the Royal Arks, which was a part of the Masonics. He was a part of different bartender groups, labor groups, labor clubs. Very interesting, but I did not find if he was a member of the Elks Club. But then I did some research into the Elks Club, and that is really fascinating too. The Benevolent and Protective Order of the Elks. Now, this group was founded by a guy named Charles Vivian, who came from London. He moved to New York in 1867. When he came to New York in 1867, he got off the boat, and the first thing he did, of course, was go to a saloon. Well, he was an entertainer. He had a great personality. He made friends really easily, and he and a group of friends would go around every night, and they loved playing this one game, right? And the game was called Drop the Cork. The object of this game is that they would drop a cork and they would say the last person to pick up the cork would be the one who would have to buy the round of drinks. They would be the loser. Well, of course, they got so many people with this being drunk and, so many people being so competitive that they earned a nickname they called the Jolly Corks. Eventually, they wanted to help out a friend or another friend whose family had just lost a loved one. So, and they also wanted to get around some of the blue laws that were being put into place in New York. The blue laws meant that you couldn't drink on Sunday unless you had a kind of, like a charitable order. And so they formed the Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks. It was formed for, drinking. So I could see Peter being interested in that and maybe calling this the Elks Club because of that. I don't know for sure because I wasn't there. Neither were you. We're just going to go with it. I was really, really excited, though, to learn so much about the Elks. It was pretty cool. Anyway, let's get to this drink, shall we? I know you're thirsty. I know I am, so let's do this. You're going to need a cocktail glass, okay? If you don't have a cocktail glass, any vessel will do, all right? I know everybody's kind of stuck at home, and I know unless you're like me, you don't have a lot of bartending tools. I do. If you need some, let me know. I'll send them over. We need a cocktail glass, and we need a shaker, of course, and a jigger. We're going to use an egg white in this. Now, I don't want you to be afraid of egg whites. Get a fresh egg. Make sure it's fresh. That's really important. Pasteurized is okay as well. We're going to just crack the egg white in it. Now, if you're afraid of egg whites, I always like to think of this as kind of like you're making a meringue. You guys have had lemon meringue pie, right? Well, that lemon, that meringue on top, not the lemon, the meringue is beaten egg whites. That's pretty much all it is. And that's kind of what we're going to do in this. We're going to make this light and fluffy and beautiful. So crack this right in here like this, and be careful not to get the yolk in there. Carefully, very carefully separate the yolk and the white. All right, set that aside. Wipe your hands. Always washing your hands, okay. All right, got that in there. Then we're going to use whiskey. We're going to use 1.5 ounces of whiskey. You can use bourbon, you can use rye. I'm using rye for this. That would have been most likely what Peter was using as well. We're going to use port. Now the other day we used a port in a drink. So if you have it, you got it, you can still use it for this drink too. We're gonna use 1/2 ounce to a 3/4 ounce. We'll use a 3/4 ounce. I like what port does to a drink. We're gonna use 1/2 ounce of triple sec or you can use simple syrup if you don't have triple sec. And then you're going to use 1/2 ounce of fresh lemon juice. Remember, fresh, always fresh, not concentrate. Don't like that. Remember, I'm looking out for you. I want people to like you. I want you to like yourself. I want you to love your cocktail. Use fresh juice. All right, throw that in there. And then we're gonna give this a shake. Now, I'm gonna give this a little dry shake first. I want it to be light and fluffy and beautiful. And then we're gonna add our ice. So, just start shaking. I'm trying to aerate that egg a little bit, that egg white. All right. Whew. It's messy. Oh, come on. All right, got a little air in there. Also took a little bit of Elk Fizz shower here. All right, now let's add our ice. Right in there. All right, put your cocktail glass back on there and give it a nice long shake. All right, that should do it. Oh, goodness. Give you a little workout, you know? Been sitting around, this is exercise as well. When you're a bartender, you don't have to go to the gym, you just shake a lot of cocktails. All right, now pour this right into the glass like so. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Nice and fluffy. There you go. This is the Elk Club Fizz, and it is absolutely beautiful. This, you will just love to drink this while you're sitting at home. Can't go to the bar. It's really not that hard to make. You're gonna just love it. Now, if you like our video, please let me know. Please tell me what you think down below. If you can consider giving a donation through my Venmo or our GoFundMe, I would truly appreciate it. I hope to see you all very, very soon. I hope this all ends very soon. I miss you all so, so much. Take care. I love you. See you soon. See you tomorrow.